Welcome back to another episode of me on the Brokerock server. Um, so this is the second time I'm going to record this episode, so it's because the first time I forgot my audio. Shame. But if you look down there, you can see a nice long tunnel. That one is about just over 600 blocks long. And I decided that that was far enough down that way when I ran into a big lava lake. So I'm going to start another one right here. And now here I've got a tunnel bore design. This is one I took off just YouTube, but I do realise there's a couple of little mistakes there that I've got to keep an eye on, but works quite simple. TNT goes in here, shoots up, and then gets pushed out all the way to the end and sits right on the end here of the ancient debris. And then I just mine out what needs to be done. We open the fence gate, set it off, wait for it to blow, do it again. Now I can go through and collect the deep slate, which I did do quite a lot of, down this one, which has provided plenty of supplies for the nether hub. We'll do a couple more blasts here and see if we can find anything special. But the reason I'm doing this is I need a lot of diamonds. The reason I need a lot of diamonds is because I have been collecting the armor trims. Now, what I'll do is I'll quickly show you what I've got so far, but I've nearly done them all. We go into a little bag of tricks here. And we'll pull out my little... But as you can see, I've got quite a few of them. Some of the rarest ones. We've also got, where is it? The Vex one, from the ancient city. That's from the trial chambers. This one here is from the ocean monument, the jungle. The century is from the pillager tower. Flow is also from the trial chambers, I believe. We've got the treasure one, tide. We've got a lot of different ones. We've got the netherite upgrades, of course, but I've got a few more to go. The couple in the nether, and also let's get my silk touch pickaxe, and the trail ruins I have to get as well. That in there, but yes, I need 6 diamonds, 7 diamonds, 7 diamonds per trim to duplicate them, or 8 diamonds per trim to duplicate them, depending on what my maths is like. But yes, I'm going to get a nice big tunnel down this way again, and I'll show you what else I've been up to upstairs. Now I might take the TNT out of there and just there's no need to waste it, because I did dig out that area there for that should be fine. Oh, yeah, that'll be fine. I'll just get rid of those couple of blocks there just in case. A couple more. TNT back in. Oh, I need to dig out those up there. There we go. That should be enough. Now, at the end of last episode, I was finishing off my storage system and had some things built upstairs, some decoration blocks. So what we're going to do is I'm going to quickly run upstairs and give you a look at those. I'll come back down here in my own time and dig some more holes and create another really long tunnel and a lot of extra blocks for the hub. So I'll meet you up there when I get up my giant ladder. And now I'm up here. Now I've done a bit of decorating on the inside here. It's still not done, of my storage system. I've added more to the system. As you can see, I've got some more blocks added into the filters. They're still not complete. I still need to add some more blocks in. And the last one, some copper stuff. Need to reset all of these. And we hit the reset for the pistons out the front. As you can see, it's all ready to load. I've been sorting out some gear and stuff here. I did end up with a lot of stuff from the ancient cities. Got plenty of discs, potions, because it took me 6 ancient cities to get the trim. I've got some more in this chest here. This is all my Swift Sneak books, which I'll also be selling. Plenty of Swift Sneak books, which I believe I've got them on my pants. Yes, there we go. And now, oh, it's always night time. Now I'll show you exactly what I've been up to in the last sort of week or so. And apologies if you can hear my son in the background. We'll start upstairs first. I'll come around here. After exploring the ancient cities, I made another little display here with a few of the blocks from the ancient cities. Made sure there's no skulk sensors, so these don't make a lot of noise. But you can sort of see in there, I really like the movement you get from these blocks. I've also got a bit of carpet, because you find the carpet, the soul sand you find in there, the lanterns, the fragments. Now, we come into here. Pick that up. And we've got the starts of some works here. I've got a little End Island mural here to go with my Ender Eye. I've got a sword, which I obviously use to kill the dragon, and I really like how the purple comes through it. I've put a roof on, as you can see. It still needs a lot of texturing on the inside and the outside. We've got an end gateway, and we've got an end crystal window, which I'm really sort of proud of the way that looks. Obviously, as I said, needs more texturing on the inside. They're going to have another mural here, some texturing along the top there. We'll come out the side here. The roof over my storage system, I took some inspiration from the mansions, how it's that sort of extra little bit pops up at the top of the mansions. Obviously changed it up a little bit. We've got the roof through here, and that's basically what I've got done up here so far. I've added another little walkway bridge, another tower here off the side. If I didn't mean to fall off then, but for some reason I must have landed on the vines and not taken full damage. Got another tower there. Got some more additions to the buildings. I've been working on texturing the outside of this. I'm not 100% happy with the way that looks just yet. And we'll come through here. Added some more lighting. Now in here I've started a library. I do need to add a lot more different books and textures through there, which is why it's a bit patchy. I've got to finish that hole. The roof needs doing. I now also have a nether portal to my castle, as well as the one down the bottom, which has been linked up so they don't cross over and they're linked up properly. This area here, I'm going to display some of my armour trims on some armour, which is why there'll be some armour stands on these and a few more up there. It's not quite enough for all of them, but I don't think I really need to do all of them in this area. I might put some of the rarer ones up the top. Come out here to another courtyard, which I'll be completing. I've got to add more to the wall, which will come down there and join up here. And now I'll go out and see a few more of the other builds that I've been up to. I've been a bit all over the shop. When building, I try to not stick on the same thing all the time, because I find that in the past when I've done this, I've ended up sort of burning out and not wanting to play as much anymore, because I've been stuck on the one build and it sort of just gets a bit monotonous. So I'll do bits and pieces here and there. It does look a bit disjointed sometimes. I do know there is times where I do need to get away from that portal, when I need to finish things off, so I will concentrate on that part. But there's other times where taking a break can help you also find something else to add to it that makes it look a lot better than if you just kept trying to plug away and push and push and push, and it just doesn't really work and you're not happy with it, and that's when you end up sort of getting a bit fed up and burnt out. So I've been a bit all over the place with my builds. I do a bit here, a bit there, a bit here, a bit there, so it doesn't look like anything's finished until it all is, well, finished. Okay, so we'll come down here. Got a couple of builds down here on the way. This one here I've actually finished. This is Jeff's house. Now, the reason I made Jeff's house is because I have died a few times and went for a trip in the void, fell in some lava, you know, all those great things where you just lose absolutely everything. So I've had to re-gear a few times, and whilst doing that, I came to the conclusion that my skeleton spawner was just a bit too slow for getting all my levels. It's great for the bones and that, however, the levels, it's just a bit slow. So after seeing Jack's and Moff's XP grinder, I looked it up and made one for my own. So we're going to have a look at that now. And so this is Jeff's house. So we'll come in and visit Jeff. There's a couple of skeleton horses I found. We'll come in here and see Jeff. Here's Jeff. And inside here is a couple of armadillos. Whoop. Let's see, where is it? See, hi, I'm Jeff, and the armadillos do have names as well. I won't use the XP yet because I don't need it and it's just a waste, but you place the cactus here underneath, you fold this down, throw some tridents up there, and then you throw a splash potion of infestation here, and every time the armadillos get hurt by the cactus, they spawn an armadillo, and then with this on, causes the tridents to hit the silverfish, and you get lots and lots of XP. Also a passive scoot farm. We have had a few issues with entity cap being reached on the server, so I believe soon we're adding a culling command which will cull any entities or mobs near the player, within a certain distance of the player, that aren't named once they get to a certain distance away from you. So that's zombies, all those things that are holding stuff that have not despawning because they've picked up something and those sort of things. That includes passive animals which have gone a bit awry. Like, there seems to be several hundred chickens on the server. Don't ask me how they got there. Watch some of the other videos, I'm sure you'll find out. But there's several hundred chickens on the server. Yeah. It doesn't affect villages, but it does a lot of other things. So we'll get rid of all those extra entities that aren't named. So that's why I'm not too concerned about these skeleton horses. I do have some better ones over near my house, starter house. But also here, I have made myself a pickle farm. I'm out of bone meal at the moment here, so I don't currently have any. But this is a pickle farm because I've made a pickle shop selling sea pickles, because I didn't really feel like putting lanterns under the water and those sort of things that look a bit out of place. So to light up the river through here, I've started farming sea pickles and placing them in the river, lighting up the river to prevent spawns. Obviously there's still some spots here that I need to do, but the vast majority I have placed in position. What else have I been up to? Yeah, as you can see, I've got a couple of horses over here. There is a couple that are named and several that aren't. Sorry, ignore that. Yeah, there's a couple here that are named, and obviously this is Ribs. Ribs is the best of the bunch. He's the fastest. He can jump the highest, and well, that's Ribs. Put him back in. Whee! Yes, he can jump quite high. I'll shut that up. So yeah, I've been farming some. I was farming some warp stem for the Nether hub to help out there. As I said, I've supplied plenty of deep slate, a couple deep slate. Sorry, I just had to talk to my son there for a second. I was farming some of that, and I thought, well, early on when the Nether update came, I know that Scotty and I, as well as several other people around, came out with their own designs for Nether tree farms, which are a lot easier to do now than they originally were, because they do originally just replace pistons and everything. Yeah, they would replace pistons and those sort of things. So we'll come in here. Yeah, so a lot of work has been done on the Nether hub by Coalbuster and Walking Stick and several others that have done a lot of work on it. There's some great additions so far. A lot of the tunnels have been extended, and also some new additions to the central hub have been made, which look absolutely awesome. So I'll quickly run down this way. I'm not sure why, but sometimes I don't register whilst being on the soul sand, even though I'm on the soul sand and I've got soul speed on, and it takes a bit for it to register that I'm over here. But as you can see, I'm not sort of, there we go. Yeah, and then it takes a bit to register that I'm actually walking on the soul sand. Sorry, I am trying to parent at the same time as recording this episode again, because I forgot to turn the mic on for the first time I did it. And now I've got a 4-year-old helping. So this is the addition made by Coalbuster. As you can see, we've got the world below us. And above us, void. Because before they patched it out, we used sea pickles to completely remove the nether ceiling. Don't ask me why they're there. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to go and visit Helper Island and show you what I built over there to, well, help. Helper Island is done by Walking Stick and Coalbuster and they just like to build. So as you can see, they've done some huge extensions to the tunnels, which is great. I will have to check how much supplies we've got left in the supply room on the way back through though. Whether or not we need some more deep slate brought up, because I do have a bit of a backlog of it as well. Which is part of the reason why I did build the tunnel borer as well, to gather supplies for the hub. It's always night. I'm out of rockets, so we'll just swim over. So this is what I built over here for Helper Island. As you can see, come up here. Whoop. This is Hauling Stick and Coal's moving floor mushroom farm. There we go. And this here is my nether tree farm. So in here we put bone meal, and we come around this side here, standing just here. Now there's some signs and stuff to stop the nether wart and the warp nylium from spawning in this spot, because otherwise you suffocate. And I'll just see if they've got any there we go, we've got some mushrooms. So I'll just show you how it works. So what you do is we turn on the switch here, which starts the dispenser clock. We come in here. Now it doesn't waste bone meal while it's doing anything. And we just place a mushroom there. It grows, and just all you got to do is keep pressing the mushrooms. Occasionally it takes a little bit longer. Oh, we seem to have an issue. Something's happened here. Somebody has cut that redstone line there. Somewhere? What's happened? Something is amiss. Something is definitely amiss. What is going on there? Hang on, I'm going to have to investigate what has happened here quickly. So, fixing redstone with mesh. Righto. Let's see what's happened up here. So we've got to follow the redstone line up. We come up here. We go there. Yes. So just use the sand to pillar up. Pillar up. And place it there. Okay. There. 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 That should all be fine. I'm not quite sure why that piston isn't firing. Okay, so what I'm going to do is just going to place a sand block here to see. Okay, that worked that time. Get rid of that one. Curious. So, if I turn the machine back on, there should be Sometimes, I don't know what happened just then. Maybe there was... yeah. Just there's a sign or a button missing from just there that's been knocked off. So, I need to make a button or a sign off somehow. Just quickly, what have we got in here? Even a slab in that spot will fix that. So let's just stick a slab in there. That won't cut the redstone off, but that will stop that block going just in there, because what happened was one of the warped ended up in that spot there. And I just need something to prevent that happening again, because what it did was cut off the redstone for that part. So we'll turn it back on. Troubleshooting with mesh done. So let's have another look at it. So we'll turn it back on. And so we should just be able to pump this out really quickly. As soon as it's gone, you can place the next one down. You can just sort of just click just there like that. And as soon as it's pushed away, you can place the next one down. It's really quick. It pushes all the way along. Alright, and goes along like that. Occasionally we end up with a bit of here and there, but that's all works out. We'll just finish pumping this through. There we go. So we can turn that off. So that makes a nice big cube of warped nylium or crimson. You just have to change the mushrooms and change the netherrack below too. There we go. Sort that out. And too easy. So that's how I made that for Helper Island. And obviously you can turn that into bone meal. Put the mushrooms back in here for them. And I'll pick up my... So that was the Redstone nylium tree farm. You can also do crimson. Obviously, you just have to change out the netherrack and place the red mushrooms instead. And now I've got one more thing to show you this episode, but before then, if you haven't already, could you please like and subscribe to the video? I'm not sure if I've already mentioned it in this video, but I really do appreciate it. I'm trying to push those numbers up, and I'm enjoying making content again. I did find out today that I might also be doing a little bit extra with another YouTuber who I've done a bit with in the past, and keep an eye out for those episodes too. He's definitely a lot bigger than what I am and has been on quite some significant service. So once we sort of hash all that out, I will give you some more details on that, and you may even get to play on the same server. So keep an eye out. I'm going to meet you over at the shopping district. I will see you there momentarily. Okay, so here we are in the shopping district, and we'll run down here. There's a minecart rolling around somewhere. We'll come down here. There's plenty been going on down in the shopping district. Unfortunately, we did have a court case a few weeks ago. Many of the members have already put out their episodes, but over there in the white building's a court case. There's another shop there by Sask. Got the Frog Light shop. If you want to watch the court case, check out the other members. They're great. And if we come here we have the pickle jar. This is my pickle shop. See if we sold any more. Doesn't look like just quite yet. Unfortunately, in the earlier recording, I did come in and collect all the stock, all my sales, and restock some of the shop. But this is the pickle jar, where I sell sea pickles, and yeah, just a simple design, just a simple shop, nothing fancy. But if you need your sea pickles, come and shop at the pickle jar. Yay, pickle jar. That's probably just about it for this episode. It's a little bit disjointed because, as I said, this is the second time recording it, and I've changed a few things. But if you like the video, please hit the like button, and I'd really appreciate it if you could subscribe, and don't forget to check out the other members of the server. There's some great content on here. I'll try not to show too much. I think there's a few spoilers that I'm not allowed to show here, but yeah, have fun. I will see you all next time. Goodbye.